Storytelling Jefferson Araiza. A Journey to Paradise Nekokli and Kapurgana. My incredible journey to Kapurgana began with a long bus ride to Nekokli. I used to take long bus trips frequently, but this one felt particularly exciting because of the destination. The bus left Medellin early in the morning. For many hours, the landscape outside the windows was a blur of green mountain and small town. I didn't mind the long travel time I used to read alone during bus ride, and this time was no exception. I finished an entire book before we reached our first major stop, arrival in Necoclí and the Sail Voyage. When I finally arrived in Necoclí, I felt the humming deal. Immediately I spent the night there, and the next morning I made my way to the Duke. This is where the real adventure started. I bought my ticket for the speedboat to Capurganá. I used to get nervous on boats, but the promise of Capurganá beauty overcame any anxiety. The Lancha speedboat rides was exhilarating. The sea was a brilliant turquoise, and the air smelled of salt and freedom. The boat bounced over the waves and held on tight, launching with the other passengers. Capurganá at 3 a.m. Finally, we arrived at Capurganá. It was even more beautiful than I imagined. The water was a stunning shade of blue, so clear I could see the bottom. I checked into my small hotel, dropped of my bags, and immediately went to the beach. Every day was perfect. I used to wake up early to watch the sunrise over the Caribbean. I spent hours swimming and snorkeling. The climate was incredible, warm and sunny, but with a refreshing breeze. Caribbean food. And the food. I ate fresh fish daily. I used to order seafood casserole almost every night because it was so delicious. I tried fruits and drank fresh coconut water. The local people were incredibly friendly. They used to tell me stories about the one town history. I walked everywhere. I used to explore the surrounding jungle trails in the afternoon. I saw colorful birds and unique plants. My time in Capurganá Flavby, it was a true paradise. The journey was long, but every minute was worth it. I returned home with unforgettable memories and strong desire to go back. Experiences on two wheels. Back then, my bicycle used to be my mountain transportation. I used to live on the upper part of a mountain, and the ride home used to be an exhausting climb. Consequently, to shorten the trip, I used to hit onto cars and trucks on the way up. It used to be very dangerous, but the speed was thrilling. I used to think I was invincible. Thanks God, I had several serious incidents and used to get away unharmed. Thanks God, finally, an accident forced my stop. One afternoon I lost control of my all-terrain bike. Although I came out unharmed, the harmless bird were twisted. Experience. That crash was the final warning. From that day on, I stopped reading. Ultimately, I sold the bike to a college at every favorable price. Nevertheless, despite the danger, all the experiences I used to have with my bicycles were extraordinary. Someday, I will tell my children about the exciting life I used to lead on two wheels. Thank you for listening to me.